right, guys, welcome back to the Knives Fast channel. Look at these two beauties, two epic knives from one from Ferramonster and one from Remette. Are these their best so far? We're going to jump in. I don't know if we'll actually answer that question. We probably will. I've seen a ton of Remettes lately, and I've seen quite a few Ferramonsters. So we're going to jump in and we're going to look at these. So let's just take a quick look at both real quick. Here is the Ferramonster Ferox. It is a frame lock with a dark matter carbon fiber show side scale and hand rub satin on this M390 blade. And then you've got the Remette Kestrel in Damascus and DLC coated titanium handles and blade with, again, S35 VN. Just a gorgeous couple of knives. So let's jump in and let's do overviews on these two and compare them together. Let's start with the Ferramonster Ferox. And again, I'm going to jump right in, guys. I'm going to do this a little backwards today. We're going to jump right in to price and specs. Now, there are several versions of this available. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versions of this available. I will leave a link down below. There's a full tie version in Bead Blast. There's several different carbon fibers, and just a gorgeous, gorgeous knife all the way around. Now, this one is $279. And no, you know what? I'm on the wrong one because that is dark matter purple. There are several versions, so it's actually this is dark matter purple. I was looking at dark matter copper. Here we go. Dark matter purple is $279. It is 8.03 inches overall with a 4.53 inch close length. And the overall, well, I said overall already. The blade length is 3.5 inches. The blade thickness is 0.13. You've got a nice landing spot. You've got this beautiful swedge. Look at that hand rub satin blade, 2.98 ounces. Hardness of the S35 is 60 to 62. And again, these are made by Ferramonster in China. They are $279 for this one. Now, let's jump into this guy. So we have basically a flipper tab, a very low profile flipper tab that hides away. And I love that, as you know. Very good jimping on that flipper tab. Pops right out. And then we have a hole. And the hole is good for middle finger flicking and thumb flicking. And again, you have a fairly high flat grind. You do have a nice plunge, and sharpening choil works really well. Again, this black wash titanium here, frame lock with a lock bar insert, locked up at about 50%, dead centered and all the way out to the end. We love that. And yeah, no movement. Let's see. Let's try that again. I thought I felt something. I didn't. Again, now we have a 4-finger grip here. Very thin on the scales. Let's just see. I didn't see that number, so let's look at it. 0.49. It feels thinner than it is because it is heavily contoured, as you can see. Feels very nice in the hand. Now, you do feel this clip a little right there and right there, but it's not bad. You can definitely ease your hand. Now, the jimping should be here for me. You do have some jimping here. It does work. Now, you also have a flat to choke up on, which works really, really well for cutting. I got a tiny little piece of cardboard here. Very thin, slicey cutter. I am digging that for sure. Now, beautiful, beautiful knife, and just so well done. Yeah, this might be one of my favorites from them. The Urban Grip is awesome, and the Glide Man, and the, what was it, the Spectrum, I think it was. Can't remember the name of it. By the way, you have a titanium backspacer with jimping, and you have a lanyard hole in that. The clip is not reversible. Sorry, lefties. Good access to that lock bar. You do have a chamfer. I will say, for me, I said good access, but it could be a little bit better. It's the pass-through is very small. You can go right across and unlock it, no problem. But it would be way better for me if there was just a little more cut out of that show side. It does have not a late detent, but you can see there, falls to my thumb, and I'm stuck on it, but you can flick past it. It would be better if there was a little later, excuse me, if the detent was a little earlier, if what I'm trying to say. But it does work. You can see very smooth on the bearings, drops, nice and smooth, and a great detent. And again, they range, it looks like, anywhere from 269 to 279. Let's make sure. Yeah, 239 for the full tie version, and then all of the camo carbon versions are 279 and 269. So very good. We will come back to this at the end for some comparisons. Now, by the way, I don't know if this is the best Ferramonster, but it sure is close. Again, there's that late detent issue, but so maybe not my favorite, but pretty dang close. Now, this guy, by the way, this was M390. I said S35 a minute ago. This is M390. I'm a dork. M390. Okay. Remette Kestrel, guys. The Kestrel is a black DLC coated knife with these Damascus inlays, Damascus pivot collar. It looks like either, maybe Damascus on that crazy thumb disc studs kind of thing, which works really well. You have studs, you have a flipper. Flipper tab has good jimping. Detent feels great. Just stay off of that lock bar. It is a frame lock with a lock bar insert. DLC coated on the blade and the handle. Just gorgeous. Great. It's a finger choil. It's a little tight, but if you trigger back, you're good. But great access for sharpening there. You got this kind of reverse Tanto sheep's foot, I don't know, kind of thing. A little bit of oil oozing out right there. Really crazy looking clip. Kind of a basic backspacer with a lanyard loop in the backspacer. We are not reversible on the clip. You do have a chamfer and a pass-through, which works really well. Now, it drops to your thumb, and see, we have an early detent on this one. So way better on that close, because you drop and you shake. We are lined up dead center and all the way out to the end. Wow. And very cool. Now, this particular one is $346.90. I will have a link down below. No blade play, no lock rock, locked up at about a 40. And again, S35 VN on the blade. Really nice. Now, 4-finger grip, a little bit tighter on the size than the Ferox, but you can choke up and make that better. Now, I will say, we have this contoured scales, okay, but we have a heavy chamfer right here. And again, we talk about this all the time. What that does is, you can see here, we're kind of thin even here, but because of that dip, it hits your hand differently and becomes a little flatter feeling right here. So thin and flat. Not super comfortable on the underside. Again, you can relax your hand around it and it's fine. And by the way, cuts. Whoops, that's me. Got tape on this. Oh, what are we doing? Maybe it doesn't cut as well as I think. There we go. That was me. All right. Don't be such a dork, Casey. But anyway, you have a hollow ground blade, really beautiful. So that's really my only knock, is that I wish maybe they had just chamfered these corners a little bit. If you chamfer those corners and it's not so flat, then I think it would have felt fine. But again, you're kind of feeling those edges right here. It's not 90, it is knocked down, but you feel those edges because it is so thin. Other than that, this thing is magnificent and beautiful. Now, I was asked by a loyal viewer, looking at you, Anasso, for a comparison to the KB Sudden. Now, you can see Sudden is a little bit taller and a little bit longer, but you're right to think these blade shapes and the DLC and the Damascus and everything are very similar. Obviously, this guy's got a hole. I don't think anybody copied anybody. They're both magnificent knives. I think I might give a slight, you know, just slightly ahead to the Sudden for me, but they're very close and very well done. There's more details on the Remette, and you have a flipper tab, so a lot of people are going to love that for sure. So, did I mention? I don't even know if I mentioned the price. I get so carried away. Yes, I did. I did mention the price, and we'll do it again. This one is $346. Now, there are lesser expensive versions. For example, there is a version with what looks like green carbon fiber. It doesn't tell me what flavor of green carbon fiber it is, but that one is only $249. There's a nebula looking Chinese camo carbon for $249. Again, there is a copper carbon fiber one that's all satin for $249. And then last, there is a silver, satin Damascus one for $326. And then, like I said, this one is $346 because of all that DLC. So I'll leave links to both down below. There they are next to each other. The Ferox is a little bit longer. Let's do the Tempest Knives Microburst at 7 inches and the Tempest Knives Pinion at 8 inches. You can see the Ferox and the Pinion are close. We're going to put the Ontario Rat 1 down here, which is pretty much bigger. Yeah, it is bigger than everything here. And I think the Rat 2 is going to be, this is a Rat 1. The Rat 2 is smaller than everything. So there we go, guys. Tell me what you think of these down in the comments. I do think this may be one of Remette's best. Maybe not my top favorite for both of these, but they are right up there near the top. I still think the Agile Peregrine Falcon may be kind of right up at the top for me for Remette, but both of these are excellent, excellent choices. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell to all, and thank you guys for all your support and for watching the Knives Fast channel.